There isn't just one type of night in aviation. It's more complicated than you think. There are 3 kinds, each with its own rules. Mix them up, and your flight could be illegal. Here's the problem. In aviation, night does not necessarily mean what you think it means. In fact, the FAA has 3 separate definitions, and each one changes what you can or can't do. Mess this up, and your night flight records, mandatory lighting, or passenger currency might all be wrong. That being said, here's how the FAA defines night, in the order it actually happens. First, the aircraft lights rule starts at sunset and ends at sunrise. This means that from the instant the sun goes down until it rises again, your position, beacon, anti-collision, and landing lights must be on. At sunset or sunrise, it's not dark enough to log night flying hours, but it is dark enough to require lights. It's a safety requirement. These lights help other aircraft, ground personnel, and ATC see you. This is mandatory, not optional. Next up, putting those nighttime hours into your logbook. You can't just do it because it looks dark outside. For logbook purposes, night doesn't mean simply between sunset and sunrise. There's a period called civil twilight, roughly 30 minutes after sunset and 30 minutes before sunrise, when there's still a bit of light left in the sky. Those times do not count as night. Technically, civil twilight ends when the sun center is 6 degrees below the horizon. But since none of us are measuring angles out there, the simple rule is to start logging night 30 minutes after sunset. So, when it comes to logging nighttime hours, it must be between the end of evening civil twilight and the beginning of morning civil twilight. This rule keeps night flight time consistent for training and ensures what you're logging really happened in true low light conditions. All right, sun is set, the lights are on, 30 minutes later and you're logging night flight time. But there's still one more FAA rule tied to night currency. To carry passengers at night, you need at least 3 takeoffs and landings in the last 90 days. It doesn't matter what you're flying, all of them need to be to a full stop. But here's the catch. For currency, night means something different. In this case, your landings only count if they're done between 1 hour after sunset and 1 hour before sunrise. Now, here's why all these distinctions matter. If you don't understand these differences, you could be following one rule while breaking another. You might be logging nighttime at the wrong hours. You could forget your lights, creating a safety hazard for yourself and others, or you could carry passengers at night without the required recent experience, putting not just you, but your passengers at risk. In short, knowing the right night at the right time isn't just paperwork. It keeps you safe, confident, and in control in the cockpit. I hope this cleared up the confusion about when it's night and when it's not. Remember, there are 3 time periods based on the position of the sun relative to your position that may be considered night. When the last ray of light dips below the horizon, your night lights must come on, and the period called evening civil twilight begins. Roughly 30 minutes later, civil twilight ends, and you may begin logging nighttime flight hours. And 30 minutes after that, which is 1 hour after sunset, you may establish currency by making your required night takeoffs and landings. The 3 periods go in reverse on the following morning. If you want to take that confidence even further, subscribe to our channel so you never miss the tips and videos that make flying simpler and safer. If you're serious about becoming the best pilot you can be, check out groundschool.com. Our FAA approved courses are built to make learning easier, faster, and more fun. The goal isn't just passing a test, it's becoming the kind of pilot who's always prepared. Stick with us and you'll get there.